Hello and welcome back to the Donut Boy channel and the fact that I like to look at things and talk about them. Appreciate anybody coming back to watch my videos. It's been a while. Had to take a break. I think it was more of a mental break than some kind of taking break of making videos. We had that armed home invasion. You saw that in one of my earlier videos, and if you notice, that is the last video to this one. Been quite a few months. Needed a mental break. Wife and I took some time off. Did some camping, did some soul searching. You'd be surprised when somebody comes into your house with a butcher knife and 2 o'clock in the morning. You'd be surprised the things that get you rattled. And bad enough, my wife and I had already been through a fatality accident, not of our fault, of course, but that was quite a few years ago. That was bad enough to rattle us up, and then you get a armed home invasion at 2 o'clock in the morning, and well, telling you right now. Anyway, the long story short, everything turned out all right. Man was a mental patient, and my wife and I got through it unscathed. And if you see them pictures in that previous video, you can see that they police responded quickly and carted that old boy away. So anyway, if you notice, I'm videoing right now is actually my wife's 73 Nova, car that sort of runs. Kind of got an old 1962 83 in it. Got the old Krager SS mags on it, a little skinny on the front, a little wider on the back, as you can see. Good car. Car's a solid car. Looks a little rough just because of the need to sand it down and paint it. But if you notice the car itself, if you look, you can tell it's in pretty good shape. She got straight lines. She looks pretty good. She's we got all the parts to her, and then we got the grill off right now, but we got it in the trunk. Got the cowl off. We got it in the shed. We have all the parts to it. Believe it or not, it is a four-door, or some people call them a more-door. But as you can see, yeah, old rockers and stuff and things that need to be there. Floors, you can tell by the interior also, dash and seats. All in good shape. It's just, she's just an old girl. She's very, very dated. But yeah, you take a look at the other side just like this. I don't need to show you that too. But she's solid as a rock. And like I said, seats are all really good. She ended up with some parts in her stored. But this old girl gonna get some tending because my youngest son, who in previous videos you've seen that big blue front payloader tractor. I still got my little mid-size one right there. He helped us tremendously with our post-hurricane cleanup. Hurricane pretty much come through our backyard where we're at in Central Florida and caused us a lot of damage. I'll pan this up so you can see some of the damage right now that we're fixing to tear down using that mid-size tractor. How about that? Yeah, and got the tore up stuff laying on the ground, and yeah, she caused us some damage. Didn't destroy the main barn, but this side barn, yeah, she done. There's that Jeep. Pulled that around here because that's that Jeep from also one of my previous videos. That's on the restoration list too, but she got a good set of tires sitting on her roof. That's for that Jeep. And I'm probably kind of planning on putting either a 4-cylinder, which is kind of my intent, small 4-cylinder in it. Excuse my shadow, that's me. I mean, it's about 6 o'clock in the evening here in Florida. Just got a rainstorm, that's why it looks a little damp out. But yeah, I took some time off making videos because sometimes you got to do that. Like I said, that little armed home invasion kind of made me realize world turns, but crazy things happen. As you can see, there's the Jeep. There's our little riding mower. There's my big mid-size Massey Ferguson, and that little trailer I pulled behind my little Fiat, or behind that. That's going to get back on the road. The reason I'm saying that completely is, like I said, she looks a little rough. Still got things that need to be upgraded. As you can tell, you can probably see it in this video. I'll get up a little closer so you can see it. And yeah, I have all, see that little side markers out. All that stuff I have. I have it either in the trunk or in boxes. Everything, the mirrors, everything. Every part I have this car. We bought it about 15 years ago. If you notice, that's a drum brake. That ain't no disc brake. That's an original drum brake. Of course, the rear, same thing. You can see it inside the rim. You can see it in there. 4-wheel drum brake. Guess what else? I'm going to go ahead and open the hood. Like I said, the motor in this thing is pretty much just rubbish. It's all worn out, 283. We tried to fix it up a little bit, but it just worn out. But that's coming out of it. The whole thing, motor and all now. The Turbo Hydromatic 350 automatic's in really good condition, and not that long ago rebuilt. Here's what's interesting. This front end's been completely rebuilt. All new bushings and stuff in it. The front end's got new bearings in it. It actually has a lot of new parts in it. Rear shocks, all 4 shocks are brand new in it. Trying to think what else replaced in this thing. We've done all manner of stuff in here, and like I said, it just needs a cleaning up. We're gonna sandblast, pull that motor out, sandblast all this and repaint it. And then I have paint for the outside. We'll probably paint that ourselves with some spray guns in that big barn shop you seen. Yeah, here's what's interesting about this old girl. Yeah, she don't have power brakes. Can you see that? There is no power brakes. That is just a master brake cylinder, no power brake behind it, and 4-wheel drum brake. So if you don't think she is an original 73, there you go. It had an original 350 engine, and that was bad when we got the car. And a long time ago we had this 283 put in it just to keep her going. That thing was it was 3/4 wore out when we got it, but it wasn't smoking or nothing. It still isn't, but internally she's starting to come apart, and I don't feel like fixing something that isn't that good a motor for this car. But, and I said but, let me close this. How nice this closes. That's what you call old, that's old metal right there. You hear that metal? That ain't plastic or weird fiber car, and it's metal. And yeah, there's even an old inspection sticker for Florida right there. That was the last year of inspection right there, when cars were inspected in this state before they did away with the yearly inspection. Isn't that something? Still on the car. That was what my wife was known as right there. That's all I need to say about that. Anybody who's been married a long time knows. There you go. Anyway, youngest son kind of owed us a little bit of money, not much, and I didn't care whether he paid it back or not, but to his credit, he knew I've been needing a motor for that Nova. And in his world of trading and buying and selling odds and sods, like I said, he's the one who brought that blue tractor over here for us to clean up the property. And you can see how nice and clean and flat this place was. Demolition. We still got 2 small dirt hills, one that's sort of in there, you can barely see it because it's not very big, and the one straight back from my finger, it's not that big either. That's it. Everything else in this place cleaned out, clean as flat. Look how flat that ground is, and that little blade on the back of that tractor over there helped with that. You can see that blade. But that, his front end loader was a huge help getting rid of the debris of that hurricane. Milton, I know everybody knows about that. Now look at this. You're going, what in tarnation is that? My youngest son, give me that. Yeah, he gave me this thing. It's an 89 Corvette. You're going, well, you know, what you gonna do with that thing? And I'll kind of show you in a minute. Let me get this bungee off of here. There's that one. Let me get this bungee off the back of here. Yeah, it's a little hard to get back there. Kind of look under there. You're going to be like, in fact, I'll show you once I get this bungee clear. There's the second bungee. I'll set that right there. Okay, now. Alright. As you see, it don't take much to... I'm going to pull this up to about here because it don't need to come all the way back. I just don't want to cover the exhaust. Okay, it's got pretty wheels on it. Look at that. How gorgeous some wheels on it. The tires are almost new. All the way around they match. And she got them Corvette four-wheel disc brakes on her, which I did a little research, and you may want to do it yourself. Those have the ability to be taken off this car. Four-wheel disc brakes, GM. These are 17-inch rims, by the way. But between that low-profile tire and that 17-inch rim, they're only half-inch taller than the setup of the wheels and rims on that Nova over there, which I'm going to try to blow that up so you can see that from here. There we go. How about that? Okay. So, let me pan it back in. So, what we're going to do, since this thing's got like new tires on it, and only like a year old, and them real pretty rims, which are just need to be polished up a bit, and their GM5 lug, which match the GM5 lug on that old 73. Of course, you can already tell where I'm going with this. Those wheels and tires are going to go on that beast over there. And those disc brakes can be converted. Those are in pretty good shape. They look like they've been rubbing funny, but I think it's just the disc. Yeah, it just need to be cleaned. Those disc brakes can be converted to fit on that Nova over there. I've looked up a couple of 3 different articles of people trying to upgrade their Novas or old GM 70s, early 70s cars, and that this car, this 89, is a beautiful donor. Now you're going, well, Gary, you sure you want to put old 89 you sure you want to put old 89 motor? I mean, yeah, it's a 350. That's a given. Oh, you really want to put sure you want to put an 89 motor in there? And I'm testing to make sure the bungee, trying to make sure the tarp and everything. I keep the windows out to let the air kind of pass through here, but I've been spraying it, trying to keep the mildew out of it. Anyway, like I said, she got gorgeous wheels all the way around, matched tires. I'm going to go ahead and pop open the hood. Got a Targa top. I even got a brand new insulation kit for this Targa top, but not real interested in. Let me reach under here. Hold on. This thing's a double. There she. Right. All right. There's the hood. Let's get this hood up. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Anybody tell you these things got a light hood? This, as you can see, is not the 89 350. This is a much newer motor, and it's been very, very well built. She's got some ooga dooga, and I'm going to crank it up and let you hear it. She got some ooga dooga. Been fixed up, fancy radiator, dual fan, electric fuel pump, fuel pressure gauge, fancy brawler carburetor under there. Look at that. Okay, let's back this. There we go. This thing got all manner. It's been tinkered with, messed with. I had to mess with it just to get the electrical to be in a little better condition. But bottom line being, okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and excuse me with the camera work because I've got to turn this on. That's that old electric pump humming, electric fuel pump. And that right there is a cutoff. I just threw that in because the fan was coming on with the thing, and it was a little hard to start this thing when you got the fan running too. So you don't need the fan on right away in a car. Anyway, this thing was a mess. I isolated all the hot, turned it into a hot block, and got it where it's just a simple connection each side. Put some extra ground wires on it. Made it where I can at least run this thing, because the car itself, that thing barely really does well being this. There's no room under that hood. Look at that hood line. It's just too close. In fact, there's even damage on that hood right there where that thing was hitting, because this thing came with a fuel injected engine. Carbureted hot rod engine is too much for this car, too hard to work on. And as you can see, there's just no room in there to do nothing. Now, this thing is 350 with a bad transmission. Transmission's garbage. That's perfect. That over there has a great transmission and a junk 283 sitting in front of it. So you can see where this is going. Yeah, that, coming out of here. That old 283 going to get unbolted from that Turbo Hydromatic 350. And she's going to become a 350 Nova, which is what she was. I have the badges for it. She's going to be a 350 Nova again, but with an Unka Dunka motor in it. I'm fixing to crank this thing so you can hear it. Got the electric pump pumped up. And I don't know who likes these Corvettes, because I can tell you one thing. I don't know who likes them, but look how you got to get in this thing. You climb over look at this. You got to climb over that and stuff your legs down in there. Get your butt in that seat. Lay back. Stuff yourself in there. And I'll be honest with you, I'm too old. I don't care if this thing was in perfect condition. I'm just too old to be in this. So what I'm fixing to do now is reaching my big old leg in there, and you'll see me pump that throttle a bit. Watch. Good old fashioned. Now, I'm going to let you see the motor while I crank it. Hopefully she'll crank over. She's been sitting for about a week and not the greatest charging system in it. Nope. Get up there and see what she's doing. Something up there wasn't happy. What was it? Oh yeah, I smell a little bit of electrical. Let's pull that back a bit. Don't know what that was. Don't know what that was. She wasn't happy though. Let me see. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna have to do some work to her, but if I can get her running, that'd be nice, because she needs to run a little. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. Okay, I got her running. In fact, I'm going to leave it right there, because she cranked really good right there. So I'm going to say that's probably the timing. You notice I had to mess with the timing. Timing ain't quite right. A few things not quite right. But, about that sound effect. Now, as you can hear from the back of this car, she a Unka Dunka. She's pretty much a drag car. So it wouldn't be no fun driving this thing around. It'd be all over the place all the time. So I'm gonna pull that motor out. Then I'll figure out what I'm going to do with this thing. Maybe put a V6 and put an automatic or something out of a little ordinary car in it. Just make it where it's a sport around car. So That's going in that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and plug in this cooler real quick. Hold on. There we go. Now she got fans running. Electric fans. Yeah, like I said, this thing, water dripping there. It's pretty good around the sound too bad, does it? Anything about that? Like old hot rod, don't it? Yeah, it sounds like a belt could be tightened in there. You're squeaking. Yeah, I mean, running. It's a runner. I did that just because that's all I had for a filter. I stuck that on there because it had nothing on there. So it was sucking in dust and dirt all over the place. So at least I stuck something on there to kind of hold some of the dirt back. Didn't do bad. It shrank a lot better where I put that timing though. I haven't been able to put a timing light on this yet because I got some old Chinese timing light and it ain't worth a darn. I got to get a good one. But yeah, as you can see, looking down in there, there's just ain't no room in there to work. Now, you go look at that Nova motor compartment, you can about get in there with that V8. Climb around in there, you can stand next to it, all that good stuff. Let's give her a little rev again. That sounds pretty good. So yeah, like I said, she's a hunter. And put that electric fuel pump out, that fan system out of there, and this squeak, like I said, this belt's squeaking and stuff. Running about 5 pounds of, it's like about 5 pounds of fuel pressure. That needs to be changed. Definitely needs to be a little higher. I mean, even though it is a carburetor. I'm not real big on carburetors anymore. I'd like to have fuel injection, but what are you gonna do? Oh, it sounds real good right now. Listen to it. I'm gonna try to put that whole exhaust system and everything in that Nova now. Pretty sure I can. Get you closer. Oh yeah. Sounds pretty damn good, don't she? So yeah, I think we'll put that Unca Dunca 350 in that Nova over there. We'll take the 2 cars up front, put a motor pulley on it, and get them both going. So yeah, anyway, wanted to kind of, other than the car thing going on, I just wanted to do another video just so people could see what's going on here and know that I didn't fall in a deep hole. I just had to take a break after that whole home invasion thing. That was a bit of a mess. But back in the saddle. Youngest son helped me to get another motor. He said he don't need a hot rod motor. He said, let's put it in that Nova. And we're gonna have us a car. Put these wheels and tires. Look at them tires. Put them wheels and tires on that Nova over there. 4-wheel disc brake. We'll pull that power brake setup, put it on there. It sounds pretty good, don't it? Yeah, so it's charging 13 volt, which is okay-ish. That charging, now see it right there. It's charging about 13 volt. up and down. It's a little up and down on its charger thing because it ain't real good. The gauges are all buggered up in this thing. Ooh, she's running rich. Ooh, it's burning my eyes. Yeah, she definitely needs some tuning. Wouldn't mind getting actually a fuel injector system for that one, fancy aftermarket computerized ones, but yeah. Anyway, I want to go ahead and get this thing closed up because yeah. I know what that sound is. That's the transmission that's bad, trying to do stuff. Probably the torque converter. Oh yeah. That thing don't like that torque converter messed up, does it? Woo. That thing don't like that torque converter messed up in it, so I have to get that fixed. I have to get that torque converter fixed, but we'll get it. We'll get it. Making all kinds of rude noises right now, but we'll get her fixed up. Now, like I said, that transmission is plumb blowed up, so we'll get it. We'll get her fixed up. She's making rude noises. Very rude noises. Anyway. So y'all take care of yourselves. I'm going to go ahead and get this thing covered back up because we probably got more rain coming soon. Y'all take care of yourselves and hug one another and stay out of trouble. And hopefully I can make another video very soon. So y'all take care. All right, bye-bye.